By doing this, the Steelers are shooting themselves in the foot. The fans had no idea that this could really happen. Subscribe and find out the latest news. Despite finishing their 2024 campaign with yet another winning season under HC Mike Tomlin, the reigning theme for Pittsburgh Steelers fans this offseason has been one of frustration. Frustration regarding another winless postseason and what appears to be another season without significant changes on the coaching front. Pittsburgh fans aren't the only ones frustrated in the AFC North, though. Cleveland Browns DE Myles Garrett, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, is also frustrated. That frustration went on the record in a big way Monday, as ESPN's Adam Schefter, among others, reported that Garrett had officially requested a trade. In his official statement, Garrett said, "While I've loved calling this city my home, my desire to win and compete on the biggest stages won't allow me to be complacent. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton, it has always been to compete and win a Super Bowl." The contents of the statement are unsurprising. Of course, the ultimate goal of most every NFL player is to hoist the Lombardi Trophy, right? So, it would seem natural that those frustrations expressed by Garrett could foreshadow potential frustrations for Steelers star edge rusher TJ Watt. Despite leading the NFL in sacks, 108, tackles for loss, 126, and forced fumbles, 33, tacking on 49 passes defended and 7 INT. Ridiculous coverage stats for a pass rusher, dating back to his drafting in 2017, Watt is still seeking his first NFL playoff win. Maddening, right? How could a player so talented and productive be stuck on a team so successful, yet so underwhelming? It doesn't take much imagination to imagine Watt approaching a similar level of frustration. How long can one reasonably be expected to trot out, giving his all, year after year, without a true lack of accountability on behalf of the front office and coaching staff for the team's failures or any meaningful change within the organization? Speculation regarding what state of frustration is all conjecture, of course. I do not claim to have any knowledge of personal frustrations from Watt or stirrings of a potential trade request now or at any time in the future. I do, however, have some experience with human emotions, the desire for greatness and the frustrations that arise when you're not achieving it. Why would Watt, an ultimate competitor, former Defensive Player of the Year and the heartbeat of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, feel any differently? The Steelers organization is one of loyalty, to a fault, in most cases. It's been clear that Art Rooney too has no intention of turning his back on Tomlin and opting for a fresh start given the lack of recent playoff success or end-of-season collapses that feel like they've become the new standard. At what point does that loyalty become complacency? Watt will turn 31 years old in October. There's no denying he's very likely in the back half of his NFL career. Meanwhile, the Steelers' late-season collapse and lack of a franchise quarterback indicate the Steelers may not be all that much closer to contention than the Cleveland Browns, despite Pittsburgh's annual winning record. It doesn't seem all that likely that Watt would ever actually request a trade. But watching Cam Hayward loyally play his entire career in Pittsburgh without a Super Bowl to this point doesn't exactly paint a picture of hope for Watt's future either. While no official signs point to a major shakeup, the parallels to a recent high-profile departure in the AFC North are hard to ignore. As the Steelers navigate yet another offseason without significant change, the question remains, how long before their most dominant player starts feeling the same frustration? Would you consider requesting a trade if you were TJ Watt?